Lordy. Good morning. Didn't get much sleep last night. I don't think I fell asleep till about 1 o'clock. And the alarm went off at 2:30. So I've had a sleep in the van and it is about 9:45. But some stupid idiot went to a gig on Friday night, thought he was about 26 again, jumped in the mosh pit, jumping around like a lunatic, and pulled a muscle in his calf. So now I've got to walk 1.7 miles with a busted leg. It did get better over the weekend. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still not 100%. Anyway, I'm going to get my rucksack on, get my parking paid and set off. So I'll see you at work. There's a massive police presence. I'm over just in Parliament Square now. There's the tower, clock tower behind me. Obviously today's the day that we find out who the next lunatic's going to be. So the police are out in force. They're everywhere. A lot of camera crews about as well. Oh, this leg is no good, man. Absolutely killing me. There's a lot of fire brigade as well. Might be expecting fireworks, you never know. There you go, look. All the camera crews are up. Massive police presence about. You can normally sit in that park, look. They've cordoned it all off. So there's everybody, all the different news providers, I suppose, giving you the first word of who it's going to be. I had to give up and have a rest. Good pigeon deterrent that though, wasn't it? Big hawk. Walking around with that. Yeah, legs knackered. So I thought I'd sit down, have a bit of a rest. I've only got, I don't know, a quarter of a mile to go or something. It's 1.7 miles according to the sat nav. So yeah, I thought I'd be able to do it in a one, but it's defeated me. Trouble is, this week I'm going from level to level. I'm not just on the same one. So I'm going from level 3 to level 17. That's going to be brilliant, carrying all my tools as well. I've got a cosy little cupboard to get into. So I haven't took any of the panel fronts off yet, but we've got basically, one's a lighting board, I'm assuming it's that one, and one's a power board for the floor. It's two 50mm, 4-core 50mm feeding them. I've said to them, obviously this one here is going to sweep, he assures me it's this one on the left hand side, so it sweeps in, bosh, bosh, bosh. And then this one, basically it won't touch, I said to them, it won't touch that bend because that cable won't form around that bend and then sweep up into there, so it'll just do its own loop. Yeah, so that's the job. I've been having a slow day today with my poorly leg due to my stupidity, thinking I was 27 again. I'm going to get on with this now. There's quite a bit on them, look. But it's only 4-core 50mm. Yeah, I'm going to get these measured, cut them down. I'll get the boxes drilled. And then I'll catch up with you from there. See you in a bit. Right, it's time for a rant, I'm afraid. We need whoever does the standardisation in this country to get a grip of it. Because I've got a 4-core 50mm, right? Now, let's have a look on the packet, see what it says. So what have we got? 4-core, come across 50mm, right? 32mm gland. Either or. Doesn't matter if it's a BW or a CW. So even if you do it for, there we are, XLPE, 50mm, 32, 4-core, there we go, happy days. So that's on a BW gland pack, right? I don't know whether you can see the B, because I'm like a smart person, I've cut right through it, but BW, right. So 32 CW. What have we got? 4-core, 50mm. On this, says it's a 40mm, right? For a CW. Now, let's just set this up so we can see what's going on. Right, so, the BW, which is here. There we go, 2 parts to the gland, right? BW. So we'll put the back one on first. So we'll put the cone piece, just put it down for a minute, right? Back one on. Brilliant. Right, slide it down. Right, let's have a look at this. Right, that is, I know I'm doing it one-handed, but that is nowhere near. That isn't going on there. Absolutely nowhere. I'm going to have to show you any better. But look, no chance. There's maybe 2mm. Can you look at it from here? Yeah. Anyway, trust me, that's not going on. So the back doesn't go on, but we might be able to get away with that, because what you can do is you can take the PVC off, you slide it over the armouring, and you put the cone piece on, which slides up underneath the armouring once you've prized it out, and then you can fasten it on. So all is not lost. All is not lost. Right, so we'll get the cone piece on, which is, there we go, there's the cone piece. Absolutely nowhere near. It's bending that PVC out. Now I can't even tuck that in. That's a long way. That's a long way from being anywhere near, as you can see. Look, that's a lot. So we'll take, so we can't use a BW gland, that's now obsolete. But we'll use, so just bear in mind the BW said 32, yeah, 32mm. So now we'll go with a CW, which is a 3-piece gland. So, well, it's actually 4 pieces because there's an olive lives inside of there. But we'll put that on, and let's slide this down. Oh, there we go. So that's gone on. Now, granted, that won't go on, but again, like I said, that's not a problem. It's not an issue. I mean, obviously it should fit, but we can take the armouring back, we can slide that out, take the PVC off, we can slide that over. Once we prize them out, the cone can then go in, and we can tighten that down, and the olive will clamp on to the armouring. So, where's our, that's the one, look. Let's straighten that out, because that's all bent up. Let's have a look. Oh, it's bent up again. Are we going to get this? It might have to go on a 40 CW. Let's have a look. Hang on a minute. It's difficult to one hand, but that is going on. Now that should have been. Oh, there you go, look. Hey, nice and easy now. There we go. So that'll slide all the way down. Now that recommended 32 CW kit. Okay.
You told them that, that's what I was just going to say. You can just let them know.
Recommended a 40mm. Yeah.
Sweet as. Yeah. As long as they're happy with that.
So, yeah, we need some sort of standardisation here, because this isn't working. This is poor. Alright, that's that. I've got the tie on it just to pull it back in. I'll leave it slightly over that way, but I'll pull it off in a minute. I'll pull it off in a minute. You should be so lucky, cable, getting pulled off. Yeah, so that's that terminated. I've made an executive decision. I was going to bring it round the front and up, but I thought, no, I'll just follow it. It's not, we haven't got the lugs, so it's not in, but and that will just follow the run of the cable and let them go up like that. I pulled it slightly out just so it stays behind the bolt. So now it's onto this one. Again, that is going to sweep down and up. So I need to dismantle all of this, take the doors off. This is a, what's it called? Allen bolt, but they haven't got any 10x8s. 10x8s, they haven't got any 50x8s. So basically all I can do is gland it, put them up, get them measured, cut them, strip them, and leave them for whoever comes back to terminate it. Or to put the lugs on, I suppose. Right then, I'm holding this on because there's a wonderful surprise in here. So I've got to go the gland plates under there, look. So that cable's going to sweep round. I'm going to put it in this side of the box, through this one where it says total load, and then up into the switch itself. So I've just undone this lid, we'll take it off, and we've got all of that. Now, what might I ask is going on here? I've got to get a cable in there, but I've also all of this to deal with. Where am I going to put all of this? And I'm trying to gland a cable in the bottom of there. I honestly sometimes despair, I really do. Let's see what other delights, Jesus Christ, see what other delights await me when I take this off. It might be that it's alright, I don't know yet. Well, it's not as bad as first thought. What I'm going to do, I want to come into this side, because then that allows the cable to sweep as far over as possible to give me a decent bend radius. I'm going to come up here, basically follow those cables up, and then from there I've got to sweep across through the CT, 1, 2, 3, and then the neutral goes up to that bolt there. But they're not lugs, they're just Allen bolt crush fits, which is awesome, which means I can actually put them away and don't have to worry about the lugs that they don't have on site. So that's good. I'm going to try and get some drilling done now without having to damage any cables, which will be fun. Yeah, that's them two done. I forgot the video of that one, being away, but I can't be bothered to take it all to bits now, so just have to take my word for it. So it's those two 4-core 50mm done. I'm going to go up to the next level now, carrying that big bloody thing, and there's a 4-core 25, but it's got to go round the back of the, like the what's it called, the racks there. It's got to go round the back of the rack and then up like that. So we'll go and have a look at that and see if it's feasible. What I was talking about, look at the mess I've been left. So basically that's the cable there, goes up, there's a big loop of it. Now what he wants is he wants it to go, so through that rung there, through there, round the back of the rack, along that strut, if you can see the strut, and then up and into the panel. It is only a 25mm, it's not an FP, so it's pretty small, so there's every chance that it might work. There's going to be, this might roll a little bit high and then come back down, but I didn't go to Hogwarts to learn how to do this, so if that's what they want, that's what they're getting. Let's have a look at it. Right-hand side. Now the reason I want to form that now is because when I will bend it out of position, but then I'll bend it back into position. It'll be easier to form than actually form the bend from new once it's in place. You'll see what I mean when I do it. So obviously I'm overextending the cable because when I come to put it in, it will roll it out again. Right, so then let's run through the vines of single cords. Tie up somewhere. Mega warm in here. Oh yeah. Right, so let's have a look at this. So we've got cable comes up, bends behind. They're going to put, I don't know, a cleat or something. I usually did say a cleat or something on there, and then up, bends up into the gland. Let's see how it's distorted the gland plate because it's made out of tin foil. Now what they'll come and say to me is, "Oh, can you?" No, I can't. Buy decent gear. Buy decent. There's no weight in the 4-quart 25mm, is there really? So it's even if it was. I mean, I'm pulling that forward now. If they get a cleat on it there, it might sort it out, but just cheap rubbish. So I've got to get that up into there. I've got a lug to put on the neutral, which will be in there somewhere. And that's me for tonight. Pack my gear up and off I go. I'll go to the gym, even if it is just for a shower, but I'm definitely going. What I need to work out is what's going to go first. So that I'm going to say the brown. I'll leave the blue. I'll leave the neutral for last. I'll just temporarily bend out the way. Brown over like that. Yeah, I'm going to take the plastic from the back. So, Do I need to do that? No, I'll do it like that. Right, alright, let's have a look. Let's have a butcher's up at this. Straight up, and let them kick across there. And that way, that black will follow ever so slightly now. Piece of tie wrap up to the top, make sure we're in line. Watch they are, up at the top of the thing, bosh on there, and I'm just going to cut that off. Right, now, don't shout at me. There you go. It didn't even make its first impact noise. Right. Let's see. Follow that. And then basically I don't want it to bend obviously in that where that's bent. I want it to bend a little bit further back so it kicks the same. So I'm just going to let it run from there, hold a bit further down, bend against the finger. Is to the top, and that down, there. Strip the end up. You strip about 10 mil off really, 10 to 12 mil. Oh, the trigger slipped. Oh, that's what it did. Right, there's not a vast amount on this one as of a set. So what I'll do, it's only very slight, to come down again, come down the cable again, the core, sorry, bend it against the hand, by a finger even. That's about it. And then what I'm going to do is, because this is at the that brown is at the back and the greys came to the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend it. Stop for some reason. So yeah, I'm going to bring it across the front, but I'm going to have to set it back because it is right at the front of the cable. So let me see. That goes across there. Set it back to early, stupid sausage. Now, there is where I want it. And then I can let it roll back there. I've got a lug somewhere. There. Put that off. What I haven't brought with me is any heat shrink. I've got the crimper, I ain't got any heat shrink. So that might have to do for tomorrow. Joey only wanted one on it. I won't bother putting the washers on because it'll have to come off anyway. But cable in. And there we go. Oh, neutral. Nice and neat, nice and sorted. Back to that tomorrow to put the little bit of heat shrink on there, shrink that down, and then on to the next one, which I think is in here. Let's have a look. Well, it was in there. There's toilets in there. You go in and round the back over there somewhere, and there's a riser in the corner. There's 2 foot off 50s, I think. 50s or 25s, I'm not sure, but even if they're 25s. So there's 2 boards side by side, and then I'll have to leave a coil. I'm looking up here and there's lenses down there, idiot. So a big coil, and then put the gland on the end of the coil to go into a temporary tap off from the bus bar riser. And then when they get the proper ones, then come back and do it again. Double bubble. Right, that's me for today. I've sweated enough, and I've got 4 cables in. Nothing really special, but it'll do for a Monday with a bad leg. There's a couple left. 1, 2, 3, 4. About 5 or 6 cameras left. I don't suppose it really mattered, did it? One was just as bad as the other. Anyway, how about that? Fancy a Domino's pizza tonight. Get myself a Domino's and treat myself. I've had nothing to eat all day, so I've done well. It is 3 minutes past 5. That's a decent stretch without anything to eat. I'll lose some weight soon. Here we are. Look, oh, there's more of them on Westminster Square. Crazy. Anyway, I went to electrical wholesalers the other day. I said to the lad behind the counter, "Excuse me," I said, "you couldn't sell me some wire, could you?" The lad went, "Flex?" I went, "You couldn't send me some wire, could you?" I got the new t-shirt on this morning. I've only walked about 100 yards, I'm already getting some weird looks. So let's see. See what people say when I walk past the Palace of Westminster. There you go, that shows you what's wrong with the country. We've got barristers striking and protesting for the lot taking away legal aid. And I thought I'd wear it, and this is Tuesday the 6th, when the 4th Prime Minister is sworn in. That's the 4th Prime Minister since Brexit. Yeah? That's how much of a good idea it was. 4 people in charge of the country haven't been able to keep the job. Well done, leavers. Well done. Right, I'm at work. I'm going to try and get a bit of fitness in. Bag's fully loaded. I'm on level 1. And I've got to get to level 3. I'll see what I'm like when I get there. Well, I was expecting that to be a lot worse. Level 3. Not bad really. Still life on the old dog yet. Let's go and see if we can get through that door we couldn't get into last night. There's a lad that's doing snagging outside and it's a finished area. I'm in the riser, so it doesn't really matter to me. There's a lad doing, I suppose he's a joiner, whatever he is. His taste in music is absolutely impeccable. We've had Cher, Do You Believe in Life After Love? And now he's got Jerry Halliwell, Mi Chico Latino. What? Not even turning it off. Playing on his phone as well. Incredible. Just an update on the music. Michael Jackson, Black or White. This is going to entertain me all day, this. Billy Ocean now, got to get tough. When the going gets tough, when the dawn gets rough. I'm going to do one more. When the next one comes on, I'll do one more, and then that's it. Last one, Shine by Aswad. Which, to be fair, isn't the worst song in the world, but it is about 20-year-old, 22-year-old or something, so anyway, that's my update on the greatest playlist I've ever heard. Right, so basically, this has been the job. Obviously, I'm not going to leave that like that, but when something is in there to tie it to, we'll tie it to it. But what we've got is this situation here, look. So, that buzz bar riser is going to go all the way up through that hole there, and on the side we've got tap-offs. So there's a lighting board, lighting board there, and a power board there for each floor, obviously. So you've got 50mm FP, 50mm FP are going to go into the tap-offs when they get mounted on the buzz bar. We've measured, so if I leave, that's 600mm. It's about 570, because you've got that much inside, so which is perfect. That's exactly what you want. So we've got that. That one goes in the bottom there, look. Again, once there's something there, we can fix it a little bit better, but at the moment there's nothing there. So those two inside this one and this one are terminated. They're obviously not. I'm going to go up to floor number, this is floor 3, I'm going to floor 4, which is just through there. I'll have to walk up the stairs though, because I'm not that slim. And I believe it's exactly the same situation again. So I'm going to get all of that packed into there, as well as that into there, on my back, and off we go. I'm hoping the cable's on that level. Oh, and I need to tidy up as well. So you've got Victoria Railway Station there. If you can see, just over there, that's Battersea Power Station, which is all flats and shopping centres and whatnot now. If we come across, you can see the change in the skyline, that's Vauxhall. They're all high-rise flats. And we come across MI5, isn't it, that one? You'd have to maybe have to zoom in, but there I think. The green pointy one, yeah, the green weird shaped one. Looks like a Masonic lodge. So that's here, MI5 over there. And if you look, there is the London Eye, which is where I'm parked. So I've got to walk all the way down there. You can just see the clock tower, the Palace of Westminster. That's the city. That's the square mile of the city there. You can just make out the top of, oh, what the bloody hell's it called? No, the Christopher Wren designed it, St Paul's Cathedral. So there, just there, couldn't even remember what it was called then. And then if you go around, now this blows my mind, this. There you go, look, the BT Tower. That used to be the tallest building in London, in all of London. Oh yeah, that's, well, yeah, so Centre Point is there. I'll point at Centre Point, but that is on like Oxford Street, Tottenham Court Road, that sort of area. Not Tottenham Court Road, Charing Cross Road. So that's around that area. So that there is Oxford Street running through there. And then if you look down there, anyone know what that is? Yeah, Buckingham Palace. The size of our garden, I wouldn't fancy cutting that. Yeah, the big old pond. And then there's obviously the Mall. You go down the Mall down to, well, which gets you down into down to the Thames and whatnot. But yeah, this wouldn't be bad digs really when you think about it, considering who your neighbours are. A nice old office block. And apparently that hotel there, where's my finger at? Can't see it. There's a hotel there with an atrium on top. That's a really expensive posh hotel and I forgot what it's called. Begins with a B. But anyway, that's the area where I'm working. And that's the area where I'm living. Now it's raining, so I'm going in. See you in a bit. There we go, another two glanded and terminated. Up, and another two glanded. And like I said, what they're going to do is they're going to bring, that was the hole that was downstairs. So they're going to bring it up through there, up. And it goes through the next piece. Oh, well, you can see it. Oh, there it is, look. See that? It goes through there. Two tap-offs, one and probably two at the bottom as well. They're going to go in with all of that length on them temporarily connected so they can power the boards up for testing. And then once they've done that, then it'll be a case of taking, obviously deadening the panels, but taking the gland off, getting an exact measure, containment around so they can be tied in up and into each tap off wherever they may be and re-terminated again. So we're going to have a look at that. I've just been informed there's a possibility I need to take a cable out that somebody's put in and redo it. But we'll have to go through that. And then on 17, which is the top floor barring the roof, there's two 4-core 150s to do. So they've got them up there, they're just putting a little bit of containment in and they're good to go tomorrow. So I'm going to get the next two floors done, 5 and 6, which consists of what's happening in here, cable wise, 2 glanded terminated, 2 just glanded, and then up onto the, well, not the roof, I'm not a drifter, up on the roof. It's actually the next floor down. Yeah, so up to there, 2 4-core 150s to do it tomorrow, and then back on to the floors, going up doing this sort of thing again. Yeah, should be a decent week. I mean, it's pretty repetitive, but it's decent pennies. What else? Oh yeah, that was the roof, obviously, in the little bit where I point things. I can't believe I couldn't remember St Paul's Cathedral. Like, what? Probably the most famous cathedral in the world, maybe apart from Notre Dame, but Yeah, and I forgot it. Idiot. So I'm off now. I've done 4:45. Take me half an hour to walk back to the van, and I'm gonna go to the gym, have a shower because I'm dripping. Well, I'm gonna do something in the gym as well, and I'll show you my new workout vest. Oh yeah. There's a man just come round the corner over the little bit of rough ground there with a box full of rubbish on a little sack barrow, and he's dropped his coat hangers. And he did shout a rude word. There he is, look. He's coming to pick them back up. Does he look angry? He's not too bad. He was a bit vexed when they fell off, but he seems to be alright now. Anyway, I said I was going to show you my new gym top, so I'll show you that now. Today must be we won't let Tony listen to music day. I've come in, I thought, oh yeah, I'll put some tunes on while I'm working in this little room. Put some tunes on, won't be disturbing anybody. And then basically everyone must have went, oh, someone listening to a bit of music there. What we'll do is all these holes we need to drill, which could take us all 3 weeks to drill all of the holes we need. We'll just do them now. Just start doing them now so you can't listen to any music. Thanks, lads. Anyway, what is it today? Wednesday. So I've got 2 underneath done. You can just see them, one there and one there. I'm going to put the glands on the 2 ends now, that one and that one. And then I'm on floor 5 now, so I've got to go to floor 6. And it's the same stuff, it's just lighting and power. I think that's just the smaller ones you light and board, and the big ones you power. What you can actually see on that one, yeah, power. Should I reverse it? Should I flip it? Or will you have to read re-op or ru-op or ru-op or whatever it says. Anyway, that's that. It's now 11:20. Didn't start till late on, so bad bit of something prizey things fell out my pocket. So yeah, that's that. And then after I've done floor 6, I've got to go up to the roof. I think I said yesterday, go up to the roof, have a look at these 2 150s, get them put in, and then basically get them put in. Then all day Thursday, well, probably Thursday morning, I'll finish those off, the 2 150s up there. And then I've got, he wants me to help him pull a cable. I've got to pull cables now, because the cable gang were only here last week and they're not coming back. So I've got to pull a cable on the hoops. Be a good name for a documentary about cable gangs, that, wouldn't it? You follow different cable gangs. I might do that. And don't steal this idea, by the way. I might do this. Follow a cable gang round and all of their adventures that they have. You could, and call it On the Hoops. So yeah, I've got to do that, and then I'm just going to continue up the floors again with these little rooms, these riser rooms, and that'll take me all the way to Thursday evening, about 5 o'clock, I reckon, 5:30, and then I'll be away. This weekend, there's possibly going to be an update on the shed situation down the side of the house, so I might get on with a bit of work on that, and we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to that, because that means I can get the garage done and turn that into a room. Cool. Right. See you in a bit. Not getting any work done. Study you talking to you, Emma. Who's a silly sausage? Look at this. See if you can see what's wrong. That's right. Some daft bugger forgot to put the shroud on. And the reason being is I was seeing if the gland would actually fit on the cable, right? So I put it on, and I thought, oh well, while I'm here, I might as well tighten it up. Didn't put the shroud under there. But all is not lost, because, as you've seen from the other videos, one's downstairs, and it goes there, look. So I'm going to put it on there and just slide it all the way through, save taking the gland off. Apprentice error. Egypt. Right, try again! Yeah! That's it. That's it. Righto! Eventually, yeah. I do know that bit. I have no idea where it's going down there. Righto! Righto! Ah, like a spider crane. That's fantastic, that. A little diesel powered thing as well, that's brilliant. Like they're lifting these louvered panels into place. Yeah, it's good as that. I'd like to see a lift, but I think I've got time. I'm a very, very busy man, obviously. See if there's any cars go past. There's a bus. Anything good? Anything good? There's plenty of bloody alarms going on. There's a nice Range Rover. Nah, too many alarms on around here anyway, too noisy. There's a thing down near the London Eye, right? I don't know how many times I've walked past, 100 times I've walked past it. And it's like a terrace thing, like, I don't know, you walk in and you see there's like bars and street food and all that sort of stuff. So I'm gonna have a walk around it now. Between the Bridges it's called, I think. I'll go and have a look at it, see what it's all about. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Tony, why are you drinking a £6.80 pint of apple juice? That's not apple juice, people. That is a pint of Estrella, believe it or not, or Estrella, depending on which country you're from. The only saving grace is cold. Look at that. Incredible stuff. The thing is, I'm pushing it now for another place to have a pint because it's 20 to 10. Time I walk along. But I have to push this a bit. But anyway, between the Bridges, I don't know what the food's like, but the beer's not the best. I love stuff like this. Like people who can actually skateboard blow my mind. Oh, let me zoom in. These kids are doing like some, what's it called? They're doing better tricks, man. Fam. Look at that. Like, really? How on earth have you got the balance to be able to do that? It's just superb. It always amazes me with things like snowboarding, skateboarding, surfing even. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm just down near the National Theatre now, and I've hit the wee wall. So I need to go find a pub. Oh, nearly stood in a puddle. I need to go and find a pub to lighten the load. I haven't got that far really. There's the roundabout in front, if you can see the round building. That's the roundabout at Waterloo, so yeah, I haven't got very far. But yeah, I do need a wee. So next I'll find a pub. Look at that. There you go, man, that's better. And it's cheaper. The only thing is, I've just managed to get, well, it's my second one, but I've just managed to get in here before it started raining, and it is proper raining. You can't really tell.
So I'm always
But it
answering
is.
this question just so you can say my name.
Proper raining. I've just noticed there's quite a bit of construction going on around here, so I might see if I can find out who it is and might maybe get a job out of it. I don't know.
What about yours?
But yeah, that's gosh, that the mulberry tree on the south bank.
No.
Not a bad boozer, to be honest. It's still £6.50 a pint, but not a bad boozer. So, back around Waterloo now. I've had a mooch about, a couple of beers. The rain stopped, which is nice. And as I'm walking back, I bumped into a man called James.
Good evening.
There he is. So, there's no pubs open now. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to Sainsbury's. Going to get a beer, have a bit of a chat, and we'll have a walk round Waterloo. Maybe go up Lower Marsh or something like that. Have a drink and just have a bit of a crack on. But yeah, James, you work for? What's your tell everyone what's your Instagram and
So Surfcomp UK.
Self-comp
Surfcomp.
or Surfcomp? Yeah.
Been following Tony for ages now, and just walking back to the van to go and head off home, and obviously I was like, oh, I recognise you, and sure enough, and we've had a really nice little walk round, haven't we?
Yeah, we've had a mooch.
In a chat.
We've had a look at a bit of historic Waterloo. So go and get a beer now, and we're
Continue our chat.
yeah, continue the chat, have a bit of a discussion about things, and you know, maybe even put the world to rights. You never know.
Too right.
There's two very able men who could possibly solve a lot of things that are going wrong in the world today. So yeah, we're gonna go and have a
Might be
beer.
there a while.
Yeah, might not be going to work in the morning, but you know, see you in a bit. Right, back at the van. That was lovely to meet James. That was fantastic. We've had a good old discussion. Talked about all sorts of things. Nothing rude. Don't get like that. But yeah, it's lovely to meet people. We had a bit of a crack on. Had a mooch about. I told him about. Obviously, I've been around the Waterloo area for at least a year, possibly over a year anyway. Took him around, walked down Leake Street, showed him the graffiti. James had never been down Leake Street, didn't know it existed, so we had a walk down there, we had a look at that. That was good crack. And then yeah, we had a good discussion. We talked about, as you do, you talk about jobs, you talk about experiences, and it's a good thing to let people know about your experiences, your life experiences, and then they can reciprocate in the same way and tell you about their things. It's a good thing to talk about stuff like that. And then today's task. See the cable at the back there with spare written on it? That's coming out, and then I've got to put it back in to the same hole, but basically, and it goes right to the bottom as well. I've already undone the bolts, locking it off, so it's coming out of there, and then I'll show you where it's going. Basically, that's the cable there, the one on the left. So it runs down, it jumps across that bank there, it is there, and it drifts. I don't know whether you can see it, that's it there, comes across, and then it sweeps over and comes into there. So the clients flagged it. And you see, there it is, look. So the clients flagged it up. They don't want it jumping across the top of here, and then jumping across the tray and then jumping back over in that direction. So what I've got to do is, as it comes down there, I've got to continue it along the edge of the tray, rack, sorry, under those cables, down the set, under there, and then it jumps over and in. So I'll be using the same hole, I just have to take it a different way. I don't think it's going to be particularly easy, but these things are sent to triers, so we'll have a crack at it now. Oh, why is that stuck? Stefan. Warm again. Right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just setting the bend in there so it comes down at a sharp angle. So I've got the chain block, can you see that? Yeah, it's got the chain on it. That's pulling it down this way, and then what I'm going to do is set the ratchet strap up and pull it in that way. I'll show you. So as you can see, that one there, that's the one we're dealing with. It needs to go back to like here. So I don't know, what is that? 5-6 inch or something? So I'm going to set the ratchet strap up and have a go. We'll see if we can get it to move. That's not too bad. It's pulling it out a little bit at the top, but I can't get up there to stop that. So I'm going to put a tie on it here, and then we can go from there. Yeah, there's a bit of a wave in it, but what I can do is when the other end goes in, I can, when it goes like that way, I can let that and work that as it stands where it's going to go. Yeah, I'm hoping it will go where I want it to go, but I'll have to figure something out if it doesn't. Right, as they say in the US Army, sit rep. I think it means situation report. So we've got the cable through. I haven't got the big screwdriver to sort that out yet, but I can come back. That's just a matter of tweaking it a little bit, so don't be concerned about that. Obviously there's the buzz bar trunking. So I've got the chain block tied to that, pulling it into the bend. It runs through there now, and then it leaves and it's going to jump into that hole there. So I've got to get a measure on it now, re-gland it, take the old gland off, reuse that gland, put it in there, and then what I'm hoping to do is to lose the slack up into that area in there, and then hopefully it'll just all fall in lovely and nicely. I won't bother showing you obviously putting the gland on because you've seen it a million times. What I will do is I'll set the camera up and show you dropping it in, and then we get it re-terminated, so bear with me. Right, there it is, that one there with the chain block on it, so it's in now. I've pulled it just slightly to the left of where it needs to be, so it'll set it, and then obviously when I let it go it'll drop back into its place. But it's just basically to set, you can't really see the bend, but it rolls round there. So it's just to set that bend a little bit. I need to strip this back now, redo the cables, and then I'm going for a drink because I've sweated out every bit of liquid that's in my body. So, and then I've got a 4-core 150, which, where are you, bastard? So it's there, it's going to run along here, it's going to fresh air from there, across, and then go up through that rung there, They're going to put a piece in underneath of the 300, take that up and over, and it goes into the same chamber as the one that's just come out of. So that's the next shot later on, but I'm definitely going to have to go for a drink now. So I had to go and plug the heat gun in. So plugged it into the coil, the reel, then went away to find 110 volts, plugged it in. By the time I come back, the heat gun was on, and it did this to my battery. Yeah, and it's a Makita one as well. Oh no, it isn't. No, it's just a cheap one. See if it works. A little bit of jiggery pokery. I had to cut that bit off because it was melted, and then I had to remelt that sort of push it down. But yes, boy, that'll do. Rich, just, I don't know what that nose is doing.
Oh, sorry.
Getting packed somewhere.
Oh, yeah, getting caught. Up to your touch, mate.
Oh,
Yeah, we're good.
alright.
Yeah.
Right, take it down.
Alright.
Once you go the left hand, your right hand side.
Alright.
So it avoids, I'm going to bring it down the other side and let it sweep in so it avoids all the little loops.
Do you want to come through the cave? You want to go through?
No.
No.
Take it to the left.
Alright, this guy will be a wee bit.
Well, my left.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Hang on.
That's it.
Alright?
Yeah, mate.
Right. I don't know how easy it's going to go.
No worries.
Right, just guard the nose for me.
What set are they? Big ones? There's a guy on every day on the step out there. Kick him off, mate.
Finish what's today.
Jesus!
You're alright.
Yeah, it's coming.
Auzi? Da. Eu aș lua și 10 până la terminat.
Right.
Alright.
I'll get the ratchet on it, I'll get the puller on it and that. There's plenty of gravy coming out of me, Joe. Right. There's more gravy coming out of me than there is the Bisto factory. Listen for the noise. Oh,
Beautiful.
there's the noise. I loves that noise, I do.
Yeah. I have a bracket ready for get a bit of ladder. What's that down? Grab some drawings out the base. Part. So we've got these little areas to do. So yeah, well, I'm ready for the ladder right now. I want to get out. This for around next door.
Oh dear. Might have to wait till this stops. Oh, Range Rover. That's a decent amount of rain, that is. That's a nice Merc. Oh, that's a nice Merc as well. Oh, there we go, it's fair enough, that's alright. It'll be cleared up by the time I'm done. Swell. Well, that's me done for the week. I shall be heading off soon in the rain. Been a decent week this week, I've enjoyed it. Good night last night, meeting James, with him just recognising me just off YouTube. That was mental. Yeah, had a good bit of fun this week. Anyway, that's me. I shall see you next week if there's any more fun to be had on this job, which I think there is. And then it'll probably be fun to have on a night out as well. So thank you very much for watching if you got to the end. Remember, little thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next one. Happy buys.